monsters at your window. No, you can't sleep, you pretend though. You don't have to play the hero. 'Cause I got you like you got me. When the earth shakes, when the bombs scream, until our last breath, every heartbeat.
Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Thank you all so much for stopping in. Oh well. Get into some Scum today. How are you guys? Let me just turn on my little man's computer. How are you guys? Alright. Jump in there, huh? Hey, Zero, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. How's everything? No idea what's going on with it. Know where I am. Don't know what's going on. Scared. Have some stuff. All of this is gone. Been way too long. Pistol. Good. We have any extra mags in here? Extra ammo. front one. There might be something good. MRE buildings are nice. Little meat snack. And taking a break from. Nice. Appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, things on my end have been pretty chaotic and stressful, but life, right? And find some different work. Been pretty crappy. Freaking car broke down. Like everything's all happening, all that one shit. Had to put my things have been nutty. What are you guys thinking about the state of Scum at the moment? I know, I mean, there's quite a bit kind of going on at the moment. The game. There was a lot of new games that came out, coming out. The game that, you know, we all love and know, like, kind of slowly dissipating. You know what I mean? Hey, Mr. Becker. A lot of the player base, you know, leaving good bugs and the puppets, and just doesn't feel as immersive anymore. So how the puppet spawns are, the hitboxes and the puppets, and a bigger map. Yeah, it would be kind of cool if they were able to expand the map more. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they've said in the past that they probably won't. But you know, you never really know what the future may hold, you know. There's some crap. I don't really want to go. Just sworn I heard something. Yeah, definitely the puppets. Hey, Wayne, how you doing, man? Definitely the puppets are one of the huge plateaus of the game at the moment. You know, the update, the trader, you know, that was, it took a while for a lot of people to kind of really see how much the trader is really affecting, like, how it's set up is really affecting the game. As well, definitely the puppets. The puppet horde update was definitely the icing on the cake, for sure. Got the, I mean, they completely changed the puppet, completely, you know what I mean? Honestly, it would have been better if they kept the old style, the puppets. Oh, and hold on. Hey, baby, yes, he came, I got. Less abandoned bunkers, that, you know, that could be a thing too. I think that is one of them for sure. Bring back a couple of the regular bunkers, at least 3 max. They're not bad. I mean, they did try and limit them, but one of the huge things is too, which makes it really hard for people and especially the devs to be able to find certain bugs and certain things. It's hard to calculate with how many servers there are mixed with server settings. I think that has a huge play in it as well. Base up there. I thought that was a base. I think, honestly, I think the admins, the devs gave server owners way too much control of servers way before its time, in my opinion. I think all of that should have came, like, maybe at this point in time, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe after, maybe just before 1.0 or after 1.0. So they're able to get the kinks out. Another big thing is the devs, you know, listen to the community way too much. You know what the community wants, they don't want, and this, that, and the third, and kind of taken away from the game itself, you know, the initial lore of the game. This is pure Scum. It's probably, to be honest, it's probably one of the it's sad to say, it's like one of the only like vanilla servers kind of left with no bots. You know, that's 1x blue. That has admins, you know, watch it constantly. It's probably the closest to probably like what the game, like especially the traders, maybe, you know, what the game should be. The traders on here are very limited, pretty sure. So yeah, it's, you know, especially for players that have kind of been around for a really long time, have been playing the game, you know, pretty much since the beginning. You know, have felt and seen, you know, like all the changes and how the game has changed, like, especially the ones that, you know, have played from the beginning. Like, I would probably say 75 to 80% of them would probably want the game reversed back to like 0.6, 0.5, 0.6, and start it over from there. Back to the original lore. Yes and no. I think that maybe there might be a time and day where it may actually explode. Like, it may not be, I know I'm probably cause a lot of changes if it would ever happen. Probably a lot of new code rewriting, but I think, like, if it were to actually explode in a certain amount of time during the week, like, make it extremely much harder to get the uranium or whatever, but then it explodes, you know, and then kinda is what it is now. I mean, you still have to go in and protect yourself, maybe with like a lighter, maybe the case of uranium won't be as bad. Hey Lars, how you doing? 0.6 was probably 0.5, 0.6, from being up until like 0.6 was like the really more, it was more, the game was more memorable, it was the best time. Like, the game really felt like survival, like really like amazing survival game. It still is, it just has a bunch of kinks that really needs to get worked out. I'd honestly hold off on all the cosmetic stuff that they plan on throwing in here. I'd hold off on most of that and tune up the game a bit. Oh, what the hell? Tune up the game a bit. Fit wise, PvE wise, threat wise. New threats definitely would be, you know, because obviously it's new threats are coming. I don't think I should have waited this long. I mean, honestly, I've stayed very been pretty quiet about the game. You know, I expressed some feelings here and there. But there's gotta be a time when there's a time where just so many people kind of just like, alright, it's starting to be the same game over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Without, I mean, it changes, but then it kind of feels, it goes back to the same feeling after it changes. But then, like, mainly with the puppet, like, and then you had they changed the throwing, I mean, they were all done in good intentions, I feel. None of it was done in bad intentions. I just don't think that it was well planned, well thought out enough. You know? It's always a cause and effect. You know, you gotta action and reaction. Like, there's always a negative to a positive. You gotta kinda balance and put them all in perspective in my eyes before you really put it into work. Honestly, I would not have changed up the puppets completely. I would have left them the way they were and just added a horde code. You know, added a code for the horde. You know, you have your initial screamer. You call them in. Maybe you don't find that screamer right away. Maybe you do. You're able to kill it before it starts screaming. It's usually screaming and a horde comes. Something like that. Like, but I would have left the puppets the way they were initially. I would not have touched them. The only issue with them were the sleeping puppets. That was it. Like, that was the only issue that you had with them, is the sleeping puppets. Things would bounce off of them, like all your like if you threw something at it, it would bounce off of them. They were a little bit more buggy, and they would kind of spawn halfway in the ground sometimes. But I think all of that was easier to fix than a horde system that kind of really broke the immersion of the game. On the side, the traders, which made things a lot more accessible to players and took away from survival feel. You know, because it felt good to find the stuff you were really looking for and not have to go purchase it. You know, when you found the one thing you've been looking for a while, they were building a gun, you know, and you didn't want to use it, so you had to complete instead of going buying it or blah blah blah. You know, fame or no fame. Either way, like I don't honestly see the fun in it or survival factor in that. Like prisoners have a commissary in prison, right? But it's extremely limited. Like and very expensive. Right? You can't get no crazy weapons or get food. You know, probably get the very, very bare starter minimal at a trader, if that. In my opinion. Hey, Fuzzy, how you doing, brother? My penny is worth it, you know. Yeah, that's the thing. Sure, like you don't see the impact in certain things. Like between those two things alone is what really drove the player base down. The new puppet spawn system and the traders. I mean, I've said it from the beginning about the traders. You know, I've said it from the very beginning when they first brought them in that I wasn't very happy with it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not my game. I'm not a developer. You know, I just like to be brutally honest because I love the game. You know, I have a passion for the game. It's an amazing game. Now I want to see it grow and build. That's why I want to be honest. But those two things is what really, really drove it down. Big time. The traders, icing on the cake was the puppet respawn. I mean, I think people would have been happy with the bunkers being the way they were, like now, with the abandoned bunkers now. Like, let's say how many there are compared to, you know, the regular bunkers. I would say they would take that, keep that, and have the puppet box the way they were before the horde. I would get rid of the horde update completely. That's just my opinion, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Makes the old puppets. And, oh, I said, yeah, you're right, I said that a long time ago. You know, and then it's easier, I believe, I'm not a game, you know. I don't make games, you know, I wish I could, you know. I could if I tried, I'm sure, but I'm no dev. But in my eyes, it would seem easier to add a horde code than it would be to completely rewrite the code. I have no idea where I'm going, by the way, guys, just to clarify that. Hey, Solar. I mean, I'm okay with the plane. Plane is fine. Because there's stuff that they could add to, you know, counter that, you know, with base build. And, you know, you can take shit and shoot it down, you know what I'm saying? But with the plane comes a foliage rework that they said in one of the patch notes. That's another huge thing. Like, I look like I'm kind of hidden here in these ferns, but it's completely bald up there, you know what I mean? I stand out like a sore thumb. Yeah, no, they are. They are. I mean, I do understand where they're going and what they're trying to accomplish in some aspects with the traders. Then again, I don't. I mean, I get it. But then again, they gotta be dumbed down so much. There should be, I mean, I know they did it to kind of balance they did it also to kind of balance out the fact that some people didn't go into bunkers, some people didn't go into abandoned bunkers, some people didn't go, you know, they don't know how to lockpick at will, they couldn't do kill boxes. No, that all stemmed from that. And, you know, a lot of it is too, you know, players are scared to challenge themselves. I don't know why. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there's some things that I'm like, well, I don't want to do it because I don't, you know, whatever. But I end up doing it and end up doing it again. You end up getting better, better. Not even that. I don't mind them coming from all over. That part doesn't bother me. But yeah, further distance. I mean, the puppet spawns are completely broken anyway. Melee and first person is completely broken. Not completely, but it needs work. It needs TLC. First person didn't get enough attention and love that it should have gotten. First person should have gotten a lot more love. It did in the very beginning. Like when they changed, you know, the third person peak, when they were working on all of that, like they were giving first person a lot of love with animations and this, that, and the third, but they didn't give combat enough love. Even the audio is different, you know, everything is different. Your perception, everything is different in first person than it is in third person. It's more skill based in first person. A lot more skill based. You have to depend on your ears. You know what I'm saying? A lot more you gotta depend on in skill based in first person. You don't have the aimbot melee when you're fighting an opponent or fucking on a puppet or a player. You're meleeing. I guarantee you, if they took that aimbot shit out, if you couldn't change your, this right here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. If you couldn't change this right here, if you see on the left of my screen, semi-automatic, automatic, manual, if you couldn't change this and it was completely manual, or semi-automatic the whole time, that would change your melee completely. In the game, it would bring it a little bit more skill based. Instead of aimbot, because if I put it on automatic, I'm locked onto whatever I'm fighting. Yeah, it's a thing where, you know, it's a blessing and a curse. Because you'll be locked onto something you don't want to end up fighting. But then again, it's still a huge combat bonus, especially against other players. Yeah, sounds well. Well, the audio is completely different in both aspects. It's louder when you're in first person and more defined than it is when you're in third person. Um, you're hearing from your chin instead of like above your head, if you will. You're hearing from your chin instead of behind you. And I think that could have a part of a reason of as to why there may be a lot of the audio bugs and stuff, because it's not the same. You know, it's like it's in two different tracks, two different frequencies. Also I feel that there's a lot of audio like on the same track, shouldn't be blended in. Kind of, there's a bunch. Like, they've been working on the audio, but the last thing that they did with the audio really kind of screwed it up a bit. Like, some of the Luton audio is completely obnoxious and really loud. Like, when you go to loot medicine cabinet or something, like, it has a huge snapping sound. Like, not cool. Well, with the planes, that's what I'm saying though. With the planes, like, that's fine. I don't mind the planes. Those are easier to counteract. But some of the other things are could have waited. Server admin control, definitely one of them. Not admin control, but setting control. Like, having full setting control definitely put a huge damper on testing and bug fixing, in my opinion. When you're playing around with all of that, you're just gonna cause more bugs. There's quite a bit. It all plays a part in it. All plays a part in it. I mean, I agree and disagree. I agree with that, Foz, and disagree. Because once mods get a hold of the game, it's gonna be nuts. Jump in that window? It's definitely gonna be a different game once mods get a hold of it. Yeah, I mean, I think they end up bringing back the seaplane. I think they should. I mean, honestly, like planes are honestly the least of my worries compared to some of the other things that are kind of going on with. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's all great ideas and amazing test runs and trial runs, but then I feel it gets to a point where you hear so many people, or maybe you don't hear so many people say, you know, they truly feel or how they truly feel about some of the things like the traders or how the puppets are working, or I mean, or loot raids or stuff like that. Like maybe they don't, maybe they do say enough. Maybe people they just want to lie because most people just want PvP. They don't want survival. They don't. Obviously they don't say anything about certain bugs because they want to keep it to themselves. Eventually it comes out, or they don't want to open up. They don't want to say anything because they don't want people to, or they don't want people to have an opinion about their opinions or beliefs. And but there gets to be a point, like there, in a time when you hear so much, that it's time to make changes. And a lot of the stuff was brought up way back when, and got mostly cosmetic stuff. A new weapon, or abandoned bunkers, which abandoned bunkers are cool. They're great. I agree. There are too many of them. There should only be. I think there should only be a few of them actually, and hold the high tier loot. I mean, we have to also see when the NPCs come out, like what change and impact those are gonna do on the game. How much the traders will play effect for the NPCs and the traders. Those are some things that the community is not really thinking about either. Like, because when the NPCs come out, it's gonna be a different game once again. It may coordinate with obviously the traders and how much tests and all that stuff for what you can do. And because they were talking about like being able to hire or something to help you raid or with the traders. This was a while back, but you never know. A lot of plans change. Dialogues bunkers. Dialogues are also, like, honestly, dialogues are another least of my worry. I mean, honestly, there's so many people that are extremely good at picking, right? At picking goldies or picking blocks. I'm not great at it. I'm okay at it. But there's so many people out there that are freaking can do it in a couple shots. And the dialogues are honestly really good. It slows them down a little bit. Then really, when you think about it, most of the time they have it. They're just gonna blow your shit up anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I wouldn't. Honestly, I think the dialogues are maybe limit them to door, But that can, I think that could be also done in code. But other than that, I don't really see dial locks being too much of a hassle compared to, because honestly, it's gonna slow the raiders down a little. And that's honestly one of the things that you need at this point in time. Something to slow the traders, something to slow the raiders down. Yeah, dialogue, stuff like that, planes. That's all the least of my worries. That's just telling, that's just, I would want more base building, protection mechanics, more, you know, or, you know, something. Instead of offline rating stuff, like, maybe you would have to set up, maybe you could build a crafted torrent to, you know, and that'll be like your offline protection. Oh, you know, like what Rust is. I mean, there's a lot of things, many different things that could have been brought to the table that I jump into some things. Gotta think about that cause and effect, that, you know, action. You know, there's always some kind of negative to a positive somewhere. Just finding it and balancing that negative out. That's what I mean, is a lot of people that avoid building bases because they're too easy to raid, and the time it takes and materials to build. It's sad. Why do you play like on Rust or something like that? Look how many bases you see, is how easy it is to build them, and you know what I'm saying? I've never played Rust, but I've watched a bunch of it. Like, yeah, you gotta go out and gather materials, it's high PvP, but even with all that high PvP, it's still, you can still build pretty fast. Build and upgrade pretty fast. You know, the devs, they do want you to take your time in the game. They do want to slow your playstyle down a little. They do want to make things a little harder. You know, they do care about their game. And they've been holding off so long on mods to get it, and, you know, we'll see. I mean, we still don't know what is in the store to come. You know, maybe there's still a lot. Well, obviously there's a lot they're not telling us. Maybe there's a lot more they're not telling us, you know? More works than we know. And hopefully balance everything out. But obviously, you know, the biggest thing in the picture right now is brought up mainly. I mean, I'll let you guys say it. What's the first thing that people talking about pigs and markdowns of puppets? Because them changing the way they puppets, them changing the puppets completely and how they work, change the whole dynamic and feel of the game. And not for the good. I mean, it was a great idea. It was fun while it lasted because it was new. But just like, alright, I guess it's just like playing arena, you know? It's fun for a few hours and then you get sick of it. Because you start to realize it's not as immersive, and it takes away a huge chunk from the game. Takes away that immersion, that, you know, part of the survival feel. Yeah, I miss when you're able to snipe the puppets, you know what I mean, from 200 meters. 150 meters, you know, whatever it was. Maybe 3, like. You know, honestly, dude, like, to be honest, guys, like, sad to say, but even if they had to dumb down the graphics, I would even do that. I mean, they've already done that. Like, that's one of the reasons why I enjoy StarCraft so much, is it's task bound. You know, there's a huge challenge to that game. You know, there's always progression going on somewhere, you know, in that game. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, we'll always have that spot that no other game can take, you know. It's truly an amazing game. Some of the choices that were made just really slowed it down and changed the initial lore and dynamic of what the devs initially planned. Like, it's kind of gotta feel some type of way for the devs, you know, to veer away from an initial plan that they have set out. I mean, who knows? Maybe they didn't have a plan. I don't know. But it's one of those things that, I mean, I would feel some type of way, I would think, if People were telling me ways to change my game. If I had a strong bang, this is what I wanted. The biggest thing, honestly, the damn puppets, man. Damn puppets is the biggest thing, you know. Traders, even the traders, you know, those can be worked with more. Those can be worked with much more. I wouldn't be against the traders as much as, I mean, I'm not really against them, but I wouldn't be as much against the traders if they were more balanced. But they're not. I mean, I get it. They don't want to make the game boring. Keeping the PvP. It's a great PvP. PvP in Scum is amazing. Natural PvP is, there's nothing like natural Scum PvP. Yeah, I mean, you had your own RP traders that they did, you know. Oh, getting low base. Good spot. There's a cave here under this water, but you'll die to go in because it's completely submerged. I don't know if you guys knew that. In this pond, right in this part right here, right where the weeds come out, there's a little hole, cave that goes under there. How many of you knew that? Well, yeah, no, it's not the main point. But it's, PvP's amazing. But yeah, no, it's not the main, shouldn't be the main thing. You done up? Yeah, there's a cave right there. You can't go in it though, like you won't live. No matter how much you try. It's completely submerged. Hey V, how you doing? Fill my water jugs up. Not too bad. Better. It's been pretty stressful. But other than that, I mean, it's life, right? Oh, you did? Nice. I have it here. I just been wearing this because it was keeping me warm. But yeah, there's a cave. I don't know if I wanted to get wet, but yeah, if you go right out here, this part right here, there's a cave. There's a hole right there. Either that part or this part. Somewhere in this area, there's a hole, and it goes down under here. But it's completely submerged. Yeah, that's what it makes me think. Like, I found it when the first season of the league I was gonna build there. Um, I never knew about it, but then after an update, they fixed it because at one point that it had a spot where you can go and there was no water, but then they fixed it. Ended up dying. You never knew about that cave? Really? Me, do this. I don't want a puppet to get me. Go play. Old, yeah. Code. Here, sure, why not? Um, X. Alright. To. Uh, how do I do it? Was it God mode? That God mode or something? Why isn't it setting? That God mode, and then I used to. Oh, okay. Alright, so that disables achievements here. So now I think I can... Oh, I can just fly there, right? Until I don't do this. So we'll fly there. I'll show you that cave. Dum, 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 dum. Boing, boing, boing. I've never heard of the game in single player. No, I've only done it rarely. Alright, here's the pond. Slow down. See, there's the cabin right there. Right. And then if you go right over here where I was saying, right? There's that tree. If you go underwater here, an unused cave that you will not survive in. But there's loot. Like, there's nothing. This is all water. Yeah. You have as many hours in the game, and you'll still learn something, huh? But yeah, that's the cave. Many people didn't know about. I was holding off on telling people about it, but I figure I was here, why not? I mean, it can't be used. What is the purpose of this cave? Bev, tell me. I would like to know. Because you can't hold your breath long enough to live down here. You know? But what's the purpose of this cave? Like, I know a bunch of... Here, I may do this. Turn that off. I know a bunch of the other ones, like... There's the cave. It's all in black. There's no other explanation. You know, I mean, I gotta turn this off, so I have to go through the hole. You know, it doesn't lead anywhere else. But yeah, many people don't know about that cave. And it's the only one in here. In this pond. Everyone looks and goes to the ocean or the other ponds, but I don't think many have gone down here and found this one. So, I mean, let me know if you guys end up going down there, or trying to go down there with your character. You may know if there's still water down here, but I'm pretty sure this is all full of water. Well, I mean, something's got to come out of here. Something's gonna have to live in here, I would think. Right? Unless this part has no water. Which is possible. But yeah, I was gonna build down here, but can't because it's full of water. Go under the only cave in this spot here. So if you go in drone mode in single player, you can spot caves underground just like that. It's like a black square right here. So if you were to circle the map under here, you can find all the caves. This. See? There's the other cave. Maybe they're for the mission. This one in particular, Mr. Becker, did you know about this cave here? Here I am. A lot of people don't. I mean, I was just showing it. You're at the little cabin, you got the fence over there. But a lot of people don't know about this pond over in C3. Has a cave right here. But it's completely submerged in water. You can't live here. Scuba tank? Yeah, maybe. Maybe if diving equipment works, like if they brought in actual diving equipment and it actually works. I mean, that'd be cool. But yeah, that's the only other cave right there. Other than obviously the one south. A lot of people will go in here too. They'll hide their loot here. Doom, 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 doom. Yeah, there's a chest on the bottom, but you'll die by the time you get down there and loot it. Yeah. I'm going the wrong way. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, Mr. Sandman. Show you another place a lot of people hide their loot. You guys might not know. If you take a bicycle, you can get there, but you gotta do it perfectly. With the dam. This slab right here. Those slabs. If you do it right, you can ride down. You can ride your bike down. You can get in here. A lot of people hide. A lot of people that know about this, they'll hide their boxes in these little slabs because you can ride a bike if you, like I said, if you do it right and you get the right angle and you hit space while you're coming down here and you keep hitting space and space and space and space, you'll land right here. Boom. And you can put your boxes in there. You can do it with a bicycle. Yeah, V. Crazy. Mind blown. Yeah, it won't work. Yeah, so you come off. What you do is you gotta come down here. This is how they'll do it. They'll come over here. Or come over here with their bike. Slow down. And they'll teeter. And then they'll slam on their brakes. They'll hit space. And they'll ride down this. They'll keep holding the space. Keep holding the space. Now keep holding the space. Keep holding the space. You know, keep holding the space, and you can see they'll land right here. Boom. And they'll hide their loot in here, and they'll get back on the bike, or they'll park their bike here. Have all their shit here. You won't even know. Sorry for everybody that I blew up your hiding spot. Blew up the hiding spot. Yeah, but that's what they'll do. They'll ride the bike down. They'll get a nice clear path. Ride their bike down, land on this. That's where they'll hide their stuff. Tips and tricks you learn. Tips and tricks. But yeah, like that cave was, I thought it was pretty cool when I found that cave. Here it is. Is this the cave? Oh, look at that. I ended up back at the cave. So, if you're here, if you guys have any ideas on what your plans are and what is the idea behind a cave that you can't go all the way down and explore without dying. You got a box here. In a Russian bullet, it's just no shit. That's funny, Lars. Welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, you were here earlier. I'm a little slow sometimes, but yeah. Figured I'd show you that. Um, you guys haven't seen that cave? Oh, you know about it now. Explore it while you will, and I threw in a little bonus hiding spot for you. Just for you guys. Just for you guys. That hiding spot wisely. I'll be back. I gotta go to the bathroom. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of caves that are gone. There was a bunch of hidden. Well, I know of one in particular that I had for a really long time. No one found loot in there. Unlocked. Nobody found it. For years. It's gone now. Weird. Change the layout. Had to crawl to get in it. It was pretty well hidden. The game's got a lot to offer. Got a bunch of stuff that definitely needs needs attention. Nah, I have no idea. I have no clue. And the knife filter. Another base. Knife filter on for you guys. I had to turn my map cover back on so you guys don't know where I'm hiding my box. Always a base in this area. Kinda new. Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling it's gonna be a pretty big update. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're gonna be bugged out for a bit. Piss a bunch of people off. I'm. They were saying that NPC stuff would be wearable. I'm not sure what loot you would get from them. I don't think they said anything. Big ol' base, huh? Yeah, it's gonna be tricky. Gonna be tricky, that's for sure. Oh, for sure. I mean, I enjoy fighting the scabs and shit on Tarkov. I'm not even gonna lie, I enjoy Tarkov. Mainly, the biggest thing is because of the task-based system, and you know there's a huge risk for reward in that game. Huge. And it's obtainable by anybody. You just gotta fight for it, you know? Gotta work towards it. That is dropping a few things I don't really want. I don't really care for that. Yeah. I can't throw that. Don't care for that. I want the nails. Oh yeah, I do. Grab. Grab. I have to make a box or something. No, I don't. I need all that. Keep my hat. Disassemble this. Yeah. Oh, Let Loose is pretty cool game. I have it, but I haven't really played it. I got like maybe an hour in it. Thank you. Hi, Boogie. Fuck a box, right? Who needs a box? Yeah. Take that though. Hey, Dexterity, what up, brother? Fun if you learn the maps and tactics. Get good leadership. Yeah, I mean, that's working together is huge. Like comms is huge in StarCraft. You know what I mean? And think about it, you don't have a name. Comms is one of the most important things on the side of knowing the maps for sure. How's everything, Dexterity? All good? for a place to put boxes. Too. Nah. Things have been, pretty hectic, but pretty rough. But you know, and through it, life. Life kicks you in the balls, you know? Yeah, I've been having fun in Turkey. Like, there's gonna be a wipe, a little over a month. Kind of excited for it. Maybe a Scum update soon? Yeah, for sure. Hopefully we get something soon. That's for sure. You know the game Rush me play? Did it. Not a lot of people don't really care for Tarkov that would usually watch me play. But I enjoy playing it, you know, honestly it's helped me boost PvP skills that I can use in a lot of games. That game is solely like the audio in that game is so defined, depending on like what headset you're wearing. You know what I mean? So like you have to like kind of you have to learn how to use the audio to manipulate your opponent. You know. Like in this, like I don't really know how far, you know, what I really want to do yet, cause no more microtransactions. What do you mean? Oh, for what do you mean like DLCs? I think the DLCs are fine within reason. I mean, to be fair, they already have the DLCs with fucking, you got Danny Trejo and other dudes, so you might as well have a DLC to where you can get a starter weapon. Or take the starter weapon away from Danny and the other dude there. You know? How you doing, Jimmy? Yeah. No, we have. I get it. They want to use it to help build a game. But on the other hand, got bigger fish to fry in there. Yeah, you don't have to buy them. But you're at a disadvantage. Like, if you're at a disadvantage when someone else is in Trejo and you're not, for sure. Especially, like, getting back into a fight. Or getting back to protect whatever, you know. And they can get back and instantly fight without having to make a weapon or whatever, you know, like. Once again, it breaks up that initial survival aspect of making a starter weapon or something like that, you know. But you might as well add a DLC where you can get a starter weapon. In that case, because or take it away from Danny Trejo and other dude. Take it away from them and make it be able so you can find it in the game, as opposed to giving it to them when they start out. Clothes? Alright, yeah, cool. Whatever. The starter weapon? Nah. Starter weapon shouldn't. That should be like an item that you can find in the world. Yeah, no, I'm not against it. They definitely pay to win. I mean, you got the other dude Spanish dude there, you know, you can easily get him and use him to help quickly build instead of having to go find an axe or having to go through and craft axes over and over again to help you build or find axes. I mean, EOD and Tarkov kind of, you know, pay to win in aspects, you know. You pay to get your hideout or your stash bigger. Yeah, no, the audio gets me in this game pretty big. The crickets are very, very loud. Too loud? Must be too heavy. Shit. Too heavy. Too heavy. Oh, someone's here. They know I'm here now. Yeah, I'm too heavy. I got too much shit on me. Like, the audio is definitely nuts, because you got all the sound cues before it happens. You got, like, somebody going like this to their mic, like, patting it, and a howling wind that has an extra howl to it. Is he gonna turn orange, or is he gonna stay red? Why is he staying red? There's somebody, yeah, I think there's somebody under there. You just heard something. There's someone here. Oh, you know what? You know why he didn't hear me? That's where he gets caught up on. I didn't wait for him to do that initial spin. He does a little twist right there, right by that tree. And that's why he's seen me. Right here, he's gonna do a turny thing at that tree. That's where he's seen me. As he runs into that tree. He didn't hear me. Why is he not turning orange? And bright red. Unless he did. Yeah, maybe he did lighten up a little. Had a freaking grenade. Yeah, Sam. Nah, he's not on nobody else. He's running into that dumb tree. He'll do it every time. And that's why he's seen me. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, many will say, you know, reverse it back to '06 and start over from there. He would say, and he would say. That's like the golden age of Scum. He gets caught up on that tree. You can't follow him in that way anymore. All the mods are gonna completely change the game. Touch is open. Yeah, I don't think the radiation is not. I don't think the radiation is that much to worry about. I wonder how long ago they were here. Was here not too long ago. When did they bring the traders into the game? I think it was what, 07, 06, like late 06, 07? Late 08 or late 07, something like that. I'm gonna need to lighten up before I go in there. Was there a safe zone somewhere? Yeah, they changed the safe zones. The first safe zone was like right next to the C2, where it is now, like right on the border of D1, D2, D2, C1. It was like right on the border of sectors, you know? Yeah, there were three. There were three instead of the four that we have now, but they were a little bit bigger. They were where the disco is, yeah. No, you can go to the disco. About it. I have to make a box or something. I'm gonna not want to lighten up. And I think we're gonna have a server reset here in a little bit shortly as well. I gotta run out for fuel, so I might end this one anyway. Go do what I gotta do. Oxford. Things have been so crazy, like, I don't have as much time to really play, like, I'm in and out. When I get back, I should be back for the rest of the night. I dumped that one thing, so I can't make a bed. Go back to work. Aight. But yeah, let me go. I'm gonna go and get this shit done. And try and hurry up and be able to get back and and do some playing. I may do some StarCraft because there's some stuff I want to try and do. Stuff I've been kind of itching to try and do. Gertie and I got some good tasks done yesterday. On a mission. Good PvP. Some good action. When I get back, I may do some StarCraft for a while. Kinda wish I knew what was going on with Scum so I can grind up, build a nice squad, and chill out, you know. I'm not sure if we do end up getting. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be a wipe with the update whenever it comes, like with 1.0 for sure. I know, man, them damn crickets. Yeah, no one knows. Crickets are so annoying. The game needs it. The game needs a full-on 100% wipe. Skills, money, gold, everything. Needed that 15 wipes ago. Cause think about it, most people, they kept ever since the traders came in, keep skills, keep your skills, keep your skill. And you wonder why everyone has max skills. Well, not everyone. And you wonder why a lot of people have max skills. Either they were offline in them, or, you know, AFK in them, or they're carried over. Alright guys, I will see you in a little bit. I am gonna go deal what I gotta deal with, and then we'll be back and do a bit of turkey for a little while.